We have with us Mario Bertoni, and he's from MAB5 Property Network, and we're going to be talking about how to choose a good real estate agent. Mario, welcome to Dollars or Cents.
Well, thank you, Dallas and Mary. Thank you for having me here today.
Now, what is a good real estate agent? Like, how much commission they pay, we have to pay them, how they smile. Like, a lot of people look at real estate agents as a rat with a gold tooth. So what do we think?
Look, we can start with you put your hand in the lucky dip and see what you pull out.
Yes, yes.
We can start there.
So if I was selling your house, I had your house, I'd just walk down the main street of Toorak, and because you live around the corner, I just walk into the local real estate agent and say, can you sell my house?
Well, of course, they'll always say yes. No, it's not quite that simple.
Yeah.
What the general public really need to look at is look at the history of the agent or the agency first, have a look at what their background is.
How do you do that?
You can do a bit of research today with the way with the internet goes and social media. You can do all that research. However, in your area, you go to the window of the agency and see how many sold stickers there are. You ask people. People know, right?
I must admit, I always look at who's got the most presence in that area. Like if they have a big listing in that area, I think to myself, well, they must know what they're doing. I have to speak to them. Part of my process would be to, interview them as well as a number of others.
Yes, absolutely.
But would you say that a lot of people just go with the brand? So a lot of these agencies are franchised and they hide behind the brand. What makes the brand or what makes an agency good or great are the people.
Oh, absolutely, and it is the people. And this is why you need to speak to them. You actually interview those people. Why should I pick you? What can you do for me? It's, some agency, some people say, I want the cheapest. Are you the cheapest agent? That's, by going for the cheapest agent doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the best one. You want to choose an agent who is the best person that works for you. Who are you the most comfortable with?
Definitely.
Okay, someone that I can communicate with. There are some people that, as lovely as they are, you look at them and go, no, I don't want to know you. There are other people there, you'll go, oh, yes, okay, I can talk to you. I always look at a person, have they got my best interests at heart?
I agree, because let's face it, selling a property is the biggest asset that you own, and you're putting it in the hands of a person you want to trust. Yes. So, I think the trust element and knowing that that person is working for you is key.
Now, the beauty thing also is that the agent is working for both parties, not just for one. Right, that agent should be able to communicate with both parties, so there's a win-win situation.
But sure, you're working for the vendor because you're trying to get the best price.
Absolutely. However, if I don't have my purchaser, I can't please my vendor.
True.
Dallas, I use this quite a lot in business and also in lecturing to my students, especially, and to my clients. My vendor becomes my purchaser, and my purchaser becomes my vendor. Hence, you need the both. Treat them both the same way, and it's then repeat business. If I do the right thing by the both of you, and you can refer me, being the agent, to 10 of your friends, then I've done something right. The last thing I want to see is you might go, don't go to Mario, he's a mug, right? Or he's not interested in you, he just wants the money.
Do go to Mario, he's marvellous.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And like you're a mediator, you're really trying to bring two parties together without, one or both getting offended, and they've got to agree on a price. So there's a real art to it, I think.
It is an art, there's so many arguments, good and bad. At the end of the day, we are people. The one thing this industry does, and the public should understand, is we actually make your dreams come true. You need to sell, you need to buy, you need to go upstate, interstate, whatever. We're the people that make your dreams come true. If it's an investment, if it's a purchase, we do that. Right? Yes, we get paid for it because we got bills to pay and put food on the table too.
No one does anything for free, really.
True. I do.
No, but commercially speaking,
absolutely. So you, as the vendor, need to be very, very comfortable with that agent. So a small agency could be just as good as a franchise.
So what should you expect to get from a real estate agent before they sell your home?
Service.
Yeah.
Communication, keep it open, good or bad. Mr. Vendor, I'm sorry, you're not going to like what I'm going to say, but I've told you, right? The property that you want me to sell, you believe your price is this. The market dictates, and our research has said this is what it's really worth.
But if you do that as a vendor, as a real estate agent, there's a big chance that you're going to lose the deal to the fellow around the corner who says your house is worth $550 instead of $500.
Absolutely. However, the vendor will then ascertain and look at all the different agents he's looked at, and he or she or they will work out who is the most genuine.
I agree. I agree. I think it is the personality and the synergy.
Absolutely.
And if I want to deal with you, you know what, a buyer would want to deal with you.
Yes.
And it's how tenacious they are as well.
Absolutely.
I would want to know myself personally, do you have the tenacity to go and, find that buyer for me? Versus whether they have a cheaper commission or not.
Yes, absolutely.
And sometimes biggest isn't best. Like if someone does have a large number of listings, how do I know they're going to take that special care for my property versus everyone else's?
I'm along the philosophy, if you've got a lot of properties on your books, why haven't you sold them?
True.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
True. Mario, thank you for coming on Dollars with Sense.
Thank you very much for having me.
We've just been talking to Mario Bertoni from MAB5 Property Network on how to choose a good agent. We'll see you after the break.